Hey guys, it's Simplicity and welcome back to part 2 of our new Build With Me series. At this point of recording, I don't have a name for it, but this is where we ended up in the last part. I'm filming this right after I filmed the last part, so if there's any annoying noise, I am sorry. So I typically use these Enola wall centers by Alexandra78 on the Sims resource. I will leave a link to them down in the description, but I'm just going to go ahead and take the left side. There we go. And just place that on the bottom. Because that's all we're going to do for this part for siding. Is I'm just going to focus on the bottom. And then I am going to change up the color. Because I'm not wanting to do a blue house. I'm kind of thinking of doing a white house. And then having like some bright colored accents. So I'm just going to type in the hex code EFFEF. Which I will have in the description as well. That's the only thing about doing these like build with me's is like I have to link everything. But I will have this house for download up at the end of this build with me. Like not this episode, but the entire series. Alright. And then I'm just going to take this side as well. And do the same thing on this side. And then I'm just going to go in and just copy this over. Which is in the creator style, if you guys were wondering. And then I do have the center somewhere, but you guys can do this with the base game as well. You don't have to use custom content. I just really like the looks of these. Alright, so I'm just going to put that down and then just go into creator style again and just drag that over. Just like that. And then if you take the eyedropper tool, then you can just go and click on cover the multiple. If it will work, there we go. Alright, and then you can just cover up that entire wall, just like that. Alright, and then I'm just going to take the eyedropper and just go ahead and go around it and do the left corners. You'll see here that's going to look a little bit weird as we get to the garage. Why is it? Okay, I'll put the right one there just so that you guys can see what it looks like for the garage. But I'm just going to go back to the left one. But as you can see, it's going to look a little bit weird as you do this part. But it's not, like, too bad, and at least you're not going to really be paying attention to it. But I'm just going to keep going around. Alright. Because I want to do something different on the upstairs. I don't really know what I want yet. And then we're just going to take this right side and go ahead and do the same thing, starting off at the garage. You guys can make this your own. You don't have to do the exact same colors I'm doing, of course. You can do any of this completely how you want to do it. I've got M&M on while I'm doing this. Okay, so then we'll put that there. And then I don't know what I want to do in here because it is only one. Okay, I think I'm going to use the left one there. And then we'll keep going ahead and going around it with the right side. I skipped a part, didn't I? I did. Okay. And it didn't feel like copying that time for whatever reason. But alright, so we're just going to go ahead and do the same thing right here. And then one more time right here. I'm not going to put it on the bottom of the foundation for here just because it does meet up with the porch. And then if you go ahead, you can take the wall center and just click on the create cover multiple. I'm going to put it as our foundation. It might look a little bit weird, but I don't know, it's what I do. And then just go ahead and go around and just fill it all in. Just for the bottom part here. And there we go, making progress. And then we gotta fill out the garage so you can do the top part, and then I have to get this little bottom part right above the garage door. And there we go. And then right here. Perfect. And then I am going to fix up that bottom foundation part at that corner. Okay. So that is our white siding. which I actually kind of really like the looks of. So that's what it looks like with the roof. We will be changing the roof color, but we're going to go ahead and work on the upstairs. So I'm going to take some of this shingle stuff. It's base game. I don't really know what it's called. I do know that I really have to cough, so one sec. Sorry about that, you guys. So I am going to do this actually with the edges, and then we're just going to make that the EF color as well, just to kind of keep it cohesive, but it is going to come off just a little bit brighter, which I don't mind because it's more like an accent piece. Alright, and then take this edge, we'll do the same thing. Just go into create a style and drag it over. And then we just have to fill in the inside, and then you guys can see what this full on looks like. I am kind of thinking of doing that for the entire upstairs, but I don't know if I'll stick to that. We'll have to see. But that is what my plan is as of right now, but just taking this shaker stuff. And then we'll just go ahead and color that white. And then eyedropper. There we go. So that's what that looks like. I don't know, I really like using it in my houses. I think it looks really cool. And then I'm just going to fill out the middle part here for this part. And then we'll add in the little edges all around. There we go. And then another one here. Now this is the one part I'm unsure if I want to keep like this with the stuff, is like this part here and then the other side of it. Or if I want to just, I think maybe we'll just do siding all the way up here. So I'm just going to copy the siding up. And then take the center. And then fill all of this in. Okay, I'm just going to test something here. See what it looks like if we do this at the top. I don't know if I'll stick to that, but we'll see. And then I was thinking about doing the shaker stuff here as well, but I think we're just going to stick with siding on this side. Just like that. We'll just copy it all up. Perfect. Okay, and then I'm going to take this and just fill that in. And then take the left edge and put that there. And then we'll do the left edge on this side as well, and then we just have to fill in the center. And then there is this little back half, but I'm not sure what I want to do with it quite yet. I think I'm going to make that part siding just along that side, and then we'll just take the shingle part, the shaker, whatever it's called, and just fill this all in. Just like that. So it's just like a little bit of like an accent, but it's not all the way around the top, because I feel like that might actually be a bit much. But I do quite like it. It just kind of adds a bit of texture to the house. If you guys notice, I will never make a house that is just like one thing. Like just one texture or like one color. And then if you go into roofs, you can go into roof patterns. I have a lot of custom ones, which is what I'm probably going to end up using. I'm wanting one like this. So this is a gray slate roof white trim by Suki Lees, I think is how you call it. I'm going to link them down in the description, because this is like the only roof you'll see me use is the ones with white trim. Because like I do have some other custom ones, but like I don't think I've used them. I think I just got them from downloading houses. But like I love the ones with the white trim. But I think I'm going to use the gray slate roof white trim, which I will have it linked in the description if you guys are interested in it, if you don't already have it in your game. I'm going to lower that down just a bit because I feel like it looked kind of weird. Okay. But yeah, so that is our house so far, you guys, and I'm absolutely loving it. And then I think we're going to go ahead and add in some columns just to hold up the, make it look like the ceiling is being held up. So I'm just going to use a base game one. I don't really know what this one's called. And just go into your cheats and type in move objects on. I don't really know what style I want to use. I'm kind of really thinking these mobile ones. Well, I could use the Island Paradise ones, but I feel like they look more like political. I don't know. I really like how these ones look. And I think I might actually keep the marble. Just it adds like a little bit of like a texture. So I think that's what we're going to stick with. I was going to make it plain white, but I feel like that would blend in too much. So we're going to keep this marble pattern, and then I'm just going to hold down on Alt so then I can freely move them. And just kind of place them kind of at the edge so that they're not really taking up like a full tile. So it's the oarsman's column. So that's what that looks like if you guys want to do a column. But I am kind of thinking, I don't know, I think I'll go into Windows for right now. And I'm probably going to use, I don't know which ones. I have a lot of custom ones from this as well. I'm kind of liking the looks of these supernatural ones. But I'm going to test out my favorite ones, which are the university ones, see what they look like. Because if you guys have watched any of my speed builds or downloaded any of my houses, I do tend to use the university ones a lot. But I don't know if they're actually going to suit how I'm picturing this house. So I'm going to see what they look like all black. Because I do want to kind of like do something different, but just because the house is white, I don't know. I don't think I like the black though. You guys can get extremely creative with this. Make your windows whatever colors you want. Your house can be whatever color you want. It's like completely up to you. It's very customizable. But that's just how I'm going to do it. I really wish the people upstairs would stop doing things. Okay, I'm really not feeling this window. So maybe I'll use... These are the supernatural windows. I think I'm going to test them out. So that's the priorities double wide window from Supernatural. And I do actually really like how that looks. And I don't think I've ever used these in a speed build. But okay, so I can actually do a two-tone thing here, which is actually what I was looking for. Just to kind of add a little bit of dimension. But yeah, so these are these windows. So I'm going to go ahead and change up this for a second. And see how I like that. Okay, I know what I want to do. So I'm going to keep the same brown tone and do it on the inside frames. And then the outside of the frame, I think I'm going to keep white. So then I'll show you guys what I'm meaning. If I darken this maybe. No, never mind. That blends in too much. Okay, so the hex code for the white is just ffffff, if you guys were wondering. No, I think I like that. Normally not something I do, but I do quite like it. Alright, and then I'm just going to copy that window over. I'm going to have the hex codes down in the description. And just place this 2 over and just put that right there. Okay, yeah, I like that. I actually really like how that looks. I like the two-toned window kind of thing. Totally not something I normally do, but I love it. And then I'm going to go ahead and just add in another one of these windows. I'm going to turn my move objects off just because it's lagging a bit. And then I'll place this 2 over on the side, just skip 2 sections, we'll skip 1 square. And then place in these windows here. And then do another one, what do I want to do 4 here? I like having natural light in my houses, so I like to add a lot of windows. But I'm not sure if I want to do it like 4. I don't know. I'm just kind of fooling around with this right now, but I do kind of really like that. Long button. Okay, so if we come upstairs here, I'm going to put a double window upstairs. I'm going to skip in 1 and just place it right here. This should be above the other window that we have placed downstairs. Or do I want to move it over so that it's in the middle? Okay, yeah, I think I'm going to move it over once so it's in the middle, and then we're just going to copy and do the same thing just at the very back of the upstairs, just to kind of keep it symmetrical. And then I think I'm actually going to filter my content for Supernatural just so I can see what other windows we have. Okay, that's what I thought. So there's actually a single window here that is the same. So maybe I'll put that one over here. And then I'm going to go into Creator Style, which is just like the little palette kind of thing, and just copy over the colors onto the other window. Just like that. Perfect. Alright, so I'm going to copy the priorities, just a single priorities window. And I'm going to add one of them to the back of this part here. And then I'm going to add just a couple along this upstairs side here. So I think we'll put one just 2 over from that side. And then we'll do a couple there, I think. So you guys, I'm like fooling around with my windows and how I want them placed. I'm very unsure of how I want my windows on this side. I know I'm going to put one below on this one. Put this for the window at the bottom. Okay. I think I'm going to delete these out and just do it in singles just so I can kind of like figure this out. Maybe I'll do it like that. Just do a double window there. Okay. I think that's good. I think that's quite a bit of light. And I'm not going to put any along any of the other walls. Maybe I'll add some into the garage. I'm not sure if I want to do that actually. Actually, yeah, we'll add some light windows into the garage. Just to kind of add something on this side so it's not so plain and boring. So I'll just place one, maybe we'll do 2. Yeah, I think I'll leave it like that. We'll do 2 there. But other than that, I think that's pretty good for windows. I know it looks kind of strange having that one window at the top being so off-centered compared to the other one. But, like, I don't know. Okay, I actually think I'm going to get rid of that window that I put up there. I have a custom window that I think actually might fit better. So I'm going to go back to my normal windows. But I have these ones here. I believe they're by Mutske, something like that. M-U-T-S-K-E or something. I will link them in the description if that's what I end up using. I think it's probably going to be though. So I'm going to use this Victorian window, small private 2x1 window. And then I think I'm going to put it up here instead. I feel like it'll fit better and just kind of makes more sense. I will link it down in the description, but I think I like that better. And then I'm just going to go ahead and color that window the same because I should be able to make it so that it's two-toned as well. I can. Okay, awesome. So yeah, I think I'm going to use that window up there instead of the Victorian window. So I will link it down in the description if you guys are interested in that window. But, so that's what that looks like. It's just that little, like, private window, but it'll still add in some light. And I think it looks better. Yeah, I like that. Okay. And then I think I'm going to actually end up probably centering these windows because it's driving me crazy. Well, I could put them here. I don't know. I'll figure that out probably in the next part when I go back. Well, if I see something in editing, I'll probably end up fixing it. Well, I could make it a 3 window. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to make this a 4 across at the top here, you guys. I think that's probably good. Sorry about that, you guys. I ended up having to sneeze. But yes, yeah, so we're going to do a 4 across at that top. And then I'm going to actually go in and add some gate, like, fencing around the porch. I think that's going to be probably the best option to do next. So there's this one here from University that has these poles to it, which if you guys don't want to use the columns, you can completely use this one. It's actually what I normally use, so if I take out these columns, like I'll show you. But I think I'm going to keep them the same color tone as the windows, just to kind of bring out that brown. Maybe I'll do them all brown, and then we can bring that out somehow. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to end up liking this, but I'm just going to kind of test this out. See, my game is glitching. I don't know what's going on. Okay. I'm not here for the glitches game. I'm really not a fan of this at all. Alright. I'm going to try this again. Drag that down. Okay, so that's what that looks like, all brown. I don't actually really like it. Okay, I think I'm going to play around with this some more, come up with something better, because I don't like the brown. If I just drag this over. Alright. So you guys are like playing around with this, just trying to see what I want. I think maybe we'll do the white with the brown on the inside like this, kind of like how we have the windows. And then I'm just going to take the eyedropper tool and drag this across. So we're going to go 2 here. I'm going to come across by 3. And then we're just going to do the same thing on this side, go 2 by 3. And then we have space for our stairs. And then as you can see, it looks like it holds up the roof. And then I'm just going to get rid of that one. So it's just the exact same colors that we have on the windows. And then I'm going to take the brown base game stairs and just drag them to a width of 2 and just place them in here. And then I think I'm probably just going to make them brown. I'm going to take this color thing here and just drag it onto the stairs. But I'm probably just going to end up making them just brown. And then I don't actually... I'm not going to actually use the railings that are attached. I know I have auto railing on, but I don't want to use these ones. I think I have some that can actually blend in with the University railing just a little bit more. Like, I think these, even these look better, which they're from the base game. These ones are too thick. And I just don't like those ones. Okay, so I'm going to use the hardcore railing. And then we're just going to go ahead and place that on these stairs if it would let me. My game hates me. There we go. And then I'm just going to take the same color palette and just drag it on to here. And then I'm going to fix this. Okay. So I'm going to have the brown stairs, but I'm going to do white railings, I think. I think that's probably going to be my best option, just to kind of bring out the brown. And then, yeah, I really like how the brown stairs looks. And it brings out the brown. Perfect. And then I'm going to go ahead and we're going to hop in and do a door. I do have an idea of what I want to do for the door, but I have to find the one that I'm looking for. But I do have an idea for this. Where is it? So you guys, I'm getting tired for some reason. This one. The one from university that has like the two-tone. So I'm going to go ahead and drag over the window color just to kind of have it. Actually, never mind, that didn't end up working out how I wanted it. Okay, so scratch that. I'm going to try something else. So I'm going to come in here and make that white. And then we'll do this brown. Is that how I want it? Okay, so yeah, that's how it's supposed to be set up. And then I'm going to go ahead and click on the little minus key at the bottom, just so that they'll merge together. And then I'm going to make this white, the brown part that we had for the wood. And I'm actually going to make them both just this miscellaneous white color, but I'm going to take this bottom one here, and I'm going to change up the color of it. So I don't actually have a hex code for this, I have the RGB. So it's 107 red, 29 green, and 81 blue. So this is the color I'm thinking for a door. It's kind of like the Spice Fairy color, but I feel like it would be nice and kind of like bring out a color, and then it's also on the inside. So it's just kind of like a bit of a pop of color, which I actually really like. And so I'll get the hex code for this if you guys don't want to type in the RGB. So the hex code for this is, I'm just going to jot it down in my phone, and then I'll have it down in the description if you guys are interested. Or you can just do the RGB like what I said. But yeah, I don't know, I really like the purple. I feel like it's a very nice contrast on the white. And then I'm going to actually go ahead and do my garage right now as well. So I have every expansion pack, if you guys were wondering. So there's this one here, which is from, I believe it's Into the Future, which I don't want to use. There's this one from Island Paradise, which I'm also not really liking. And I know the pets one won't fit to my theme. Ooh. Okay, I have a custom one that actually fits quite nicely. So this is Garrett's garage door. I'm not sure if it's store content. I don't remember where I got it, but I want to add the purple accents in on it as well. That didn't end up working. Okay. Well, there we go. So I want to add that purple in and just kind of, I don't know, I really want to add the purple in somehow. But I don't know if I want it in the frame, if I want it as the lines. I think I'm kind of liking it as the lines. Like that. And then it's also the top of this in here. But I'm going to make that just white, so I'm just going to drag this down to the bottom. There we go. So then we still have that pop of purple. And it looks a bit more cohesive, and I'm really liking how that looks. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap this part up here, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this part. If you did, you can hit the like button. And I will see you guys all in my very next video. Bye, guys.